You guys out there, y'all are asking a lot of questions, but that's okay because I'm gonna spend the afternoon trying to answer as many of them as I possibly can. For example, we have the luxurious question, where's Brandon? Or the more philosophical questions like, do you ever think about quitting YouTube? Yeah, I'll try to answer all of these. But first, I do have to promote the Tucson Comic-Con, which, if you have asked about Tucson Comic-Con in the comment section, your comment has been automatically deleted, and that's on me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. You see, back in the day, we had a big bot problem on YouTube, and the bots, what they would do is they would go down in the comment section and just start writing random cities and addresses down in the comment section. I don't know what they were doing, but the kids would see the random addresses being posted in the comment section, and then they would go to the bot's profile. And if y'all ever been on a bot's profile page, you know it's not a place for kids. So what I did to fight the bots was I took every single city in Arizona and I blocked them all to stop the bots. So when you would type, OB, where in Tucson is the Comic-Con? Yeah, that was getting blocked. Don't worry, I fixed it now, my bad. So yeah, me and Komodo Gaming are gonna have a booth at Tucson Comic-Con, and we're gonna be there September 4th through September 6th. And you can come up, and we can sign stuff, and we can take pictures, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We are the first YouTubers to ever get invited to Tucson Comic-Con, so we don't know how it's gonna go. Tucson Comic-Con don't know how it's gonna go. Nobody knows how it's gonna go. I'm sure it'll be fine though. All right, back to the questions. OB, why don't you yell as much as you used to in your videos? That's weird because I feel like I yell a lot. I'm pretty loud. I might have toned it down a pinch though. Maybe y'all can let me know. Do y'all think I yell a lot? I feel like I've toned it down a little bit over the times. The real truth is though, as I've gotten older, yes, I've gotten older, okay? I'm getting close to 39 years old. That's next month. The truth is, yelling a lot puts a lot of stress on my throat. So my throat was always sore after I was done making videos. I was getting massive headaches as well because I was just like exerting so much volume out of my lips. So I try to take it in waves, you know? If the moment calls for it, then I'm gonna be loud. But if it's not called for, then I'm just gonna be a little bit more tame, I guess. OB, you said Brandon was coming back. How come he's not in more videos? Oh, it's funny you say that, buddy, because Brandon's gonna be in a video 2 days after this one. No, the truth is, it's getting harder and harder to collab with bigger and bigger groups. As you know, most of my friends are having families and kids now. I'm married, Komodo's married. You know, we have things going on outside of YouTube, so it's really hard for us all to get together daily and just sit at our computers and record all day. So the collabs with Brandon, we usually have to plan them almost a week in advance. So last week he asked us if we wanted to play a game, and we were all like, yeah, we could be on this time. He said he could be on that time. And we just had to go back and forth for like an hour trying to figure out like a good time for all of us to be on at the same time. You know, we're not in high school anymore, buddy. You can't just come home, sit at your computer, boot up World of Warcraft, and hang out with the homies. You know, you gotta plan stuff now. But I do want it to be known that I do read all your comments. Spy sees the comments, Komodo, Brandon sees the comments, and we do consider them very highly, okay? We don't just like brush them aside. We do put an effort into getting all together and collabing. Oh, here's another one. What happened to the collabs with Graystill Plays? Graystill Plays changed his content significantly between when we used to collab and now. He doesn't really do collabs anymore. For a lot of YouTubers, this is our career. It's how we make our money and how we survive. So usually when something's not working on the channel, you know, it might be time for a little bit of a change or something like that. And for Gray, the collabs were good. They were good, but they weren't as good as his single player stuff. We all have different audiences on YouTube. You would think that me, Komodo, and Spy have the same audience, but we actually don't. Sure, there's some crossover there, but we all have different people watching particular channels. Like when I do a Who's Your Daddy video, the video normally does really well. And when Komodo does it, it normally does pretty bad for him. But then vice versa. When I do BeamNG, it usually does a little bad for me. But when Komodo does it, it goes crazy on his channel. It's all algorithms and stuff like that. You know, it's all nonsense. Why don't you ever put your wife on your videos? This is something I've talked about before in the past, but it really comes down to, I don't know how to say it, protection? Look, I get a lot of nice comments every single day. You guys watching right now, y'all are some lovely people. Thank you. But the internet, it can be a pretty mean place sometimes. I mean, I get my fair share of mean comments, okay? And while I know 100% that if my wife was on a video, 99% of those comments would be very nice. Y'all would say she was pretty and nice. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for saying that. But at the same time, there would also be a fair share of people making fun of her appearance, her looks, something like that. And we talked about it before, and we decided, you know what? She doesn't need to be seeing all that. It's also a bit of a privacy thing. Sometimes people just don't want themselves on the internet, and you know, I respect that. So yeah, if she ever wants to be in a video, she's more than welcome to. OB, do fans ever recognize you in public? Ah. So I would say from the years 2016 up to like 2024, almost never. I think like maybe 3 people did. Between 2024 and 2026, I almost get recognized every time I go to the grocery store now. I think that has to do with Dark OB because I use my face on like every video over there. So people just see my face more often now. Sometimes I'm shopping in the grocery aisle and a kid will walk by like this. And then I know, you know, when I see this pose, I know he knows. But yeah, if you ever bump into me, just come say hello. I promise I won't beat you up. I probably can't anyways. You're probably stronger than me. I was at Home Depot with my buddy the other day, and we were trying to buy him a new washer machine, and there was this little girl there. She must have been like 5, 6 years old, something like that. And she was like peeking through the aisle. She was like moving all the stuff out of the like little aisle and peeking, like this looking at me. I didn't know what to do. I waved. I don't know. What if she was just being a kid and had no idea who I was? I didn't want to be creepy. So yeah, if you see me in public, just come up and say hello, because it's just as awkward for me when you're staring at me as it is for you when I'm staring back like this. Why do you edit your videos like cuts and stuff like that? Honestly, it really depends on the video and how I'm feeling on the day that I record the video. Sometimes, like in this video right here, you probably saw a cut right before I said this sometimes. See, this is why, because I can't talk. Sometimes my words come out perfectly and I can form sentences that people can understand. And sometimes they just come out as like mashed potatoes. So I found the best way to combat that is to make shorter sentences. If I have to recite something that's like a paragraph long, I'm gonna butcher it an insane amount. See, I would probably cut that part out because now I can't do the words. My lips get tangled up very easily, and I just cut those parts out of the video because I look stupid when I can't talk. Also, a lot of these games I play, sometimes there's like nothing happening for a good 20, 30 minutes. So it's just like, chop it out of the video. Boring parts, get in the trash, dude. On my second channel, I try not to edit as much. I try to keep the video basically pretty full. I think it does hurt the views on it though. I know we all have like the TikTok brain where we gotta have stuff happening like every second, but you know, sometimes it's okay to have a slower paced video. You know, kind of let the brain relax a little bit, just enjoy it. I'm the same way though. If people ain't editing their videos, I'm out of here. Sometimes, depends on the creator. Do you ever get jealous of Komodo and Spycake's views? Yes, of course I get jealous of them, okay? They make way more views than me, dude. But it's also important to realize that I'm doing okay for myself too. Well, yes, I do wish every video I released hit 40 to 100,000 views or something like that. I need to also be happy that I can at least make videos that get 10, 15, 20,000 views. The jealousy aspect was the hardest part of being in a group with Spy and Komodo. You know, because when they would say, oh, my video's doing bad today, and then I would look at their channel and their videos at 50,000 views, well, that is bad for them because they're used to like 100K views, right? But for me, that would be like, whoa, dude, we hit the jackpot, baby. And you know, I'll go through waves of this feeling. I'll have 6 months where I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to be alive and I'm doing great. But then, you know, I'll have a month where I get a little down, okay? And I'm like, you know what? My views are the same as last month, but I wish I was doing better. But then you snap back to reality and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm doing good enough. It's fine. Sometimes to get views on this platform, you have to kind of play the algorithm a little bit. When you see videos like Verity and Wobbly Life, that was me playing the algorithm a little bit. It wasn't something that I was excited to record and hyped up to do. That was me saying, I want some views today. When you see games like Stormworks, Brick Rigs, that's me saying, forget the views today. I want to have a little fun with the boys. It is a challenge sometimes to base your entire identity around your YouTube channel, right? And a lot of people do, and I did before too, and sometimes I still do. I release a bad video, my mood goes down for the day. I feel like everybody hates me now, and then I'm just sad. It's not really a good outlook on things when that happens. That's not really a good way to treat your YouTube channel, you know? So You know, but it comes in waves. I can't control my emotions all the times. I'm going to have days where I'm sad and upset about something, and I'm going to have days where I'm super happy. So, OB, why don't you do 2 videos a day anymore? You must have missed my last video from 2 weeks ago. The real answer is burnout. I forgot the time frame. Everything on YouTube feels like it's going so fast. Was it like 3 months ago? Something like that. 2 months ago, 3 months ago? I don't remember anymore. Where I tried to do 84 videos in a single month. That's 84 recordings, edits, all that stuff, and you know, I burnt out. While doing that many videos did lead the channel to more views and thus more money, it just wasn't healthy for me, both physically and mentally. I'm pretty sure I gained like 10 pounds of pure fat just doing that. I have a slow metabolism, okay? I have a milkshake from McDonald's. It's game over now. So I dropped back down to 1 video a day on this channel and basically 1 video a day on my second channel. That's been a lot more healthy for me. I can work out again. I can spend more time cooking dinner and eating better. And, you know, I'm just happier doing that. Yes, I did lose views doing that, but it is what it is. Do you, Komodo, and Spikecakes ever discuss quitting YouTube? Yes. Yes, we do, but not in the way that you're thinking of. We're not sitting here going, I can't wait for the day I quit, dude. I'm done. I hate it. No, that's not usually how the conversation goes. It's usually like the idea that one day we're gonna quit. How are we gonna do it? It's like if you're working at a real life job, right? Even if you love the job, you still have thoughts of like, one day I'm gonna quit, you know, how is that gonna go? And that's how it is for us too. Truthfully, and I've given this a lot of thought, I don't know if I'll ever truly quit. There might be a case where like maybe 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line from now where I drop down to like less videos per week, but I feel like I'll still record at least 1 or 2 videos every week. Something like that. I don't know how the future's gonna go, but in my mind, I feel like I'm gonna do something at least a month. I don't know, man. Edit this part out. I'm stuttering. Yeah, I feel like I won't truly ever quit. I'll always be uploading something. It'll probably just be a lot less frequent, but that's way down the line, dude. That's way down the line. When are you guys gonna play Dear Passengers? Oh my goodness, I see this question like 1,000 times a day. Guys, it's not out yet. Planned release date 2026. This game is not yet available. It hasn't released yet, guys. Soon as it comes out though, I promise you we're gonna play it. Oh my goodness, it does look really good though. This is gonna be kind of sick. Why do you stand up in a lot of your videos? I thought it was healthy to stand up. I don't know, I spent so much time recording videos that I figured sitting down for 12 hours a day was probably unhealthy. So, I mean, you know, stand up a little bit here and there, get a little blood flow, get a little exercise going, you know? I don't know. I thought it was good for you, dude. It is good for you. Stand up more. Do you find your past videos cringy? No, I do not, okay? I was proud of my videos back then, and I'm proud of them now. When I first started YouTube and people would be like, why does your voice sound like that? Is that your real voice, dude? Why do you sound like Mickey Mouse? I would be self-conscious about it, and I would look back and be like, ooh, wow, I kind of do, don't I? But it was just me back in the day having fun on the internet, and it led me to get to the place I'm at now, so I don't find it cringy. I just find it like part of my past. Do you, Komodo, and Spikecakes play games with each other when you're not recording? No, almost never. There's a couple of special occasions. Me, Komodo, and Spikecakes was playing Funnel Runners, just us 3. We weren't recording, but we were doing that so we could level up for a future video, which is coming out sometime next week. I have a completely different friend group. We're currently going through Valheim. We just made it to the Mistlands, okay? Kind of a big deal over here. But there's a rule I set up for myself to where not everything I do online has to be recorded. Because when you go down that route, you start getting yourself a little tangled up. There has to be moments in my life that are just for me. Not everything that I do has to be content. It's okay to have a little bit of alone time, a little private time, okay? Future OB here, where I just realized I didn't even answer Microzoptic's question. Yeah, so after we're done recording, we kind of all go our own separate ways. We have our own preference of games that we like to play for fun, and we're all in like different categories. We do talk in Discord all the time though, so we're always talking to each other all day. I saw your Dark OB video where you said you might have to stop streaming. Will you ever come back to it? Oh, most definitely, dude. Okay, I was just venting. I was a little cranky. The reason I stopped streaming the past couple of weeks, that was part of it. You know, the chat was kind of bothering me a little bit over there, but the truth is, just I have a lot of traveling happening, and just making the videos is taking up a lot of time because it's like record, edit, and then go do this thing, come back, record, edit, do that thing, and I just haven't had time to really like stream again. Yeah, the day after this video goes live, me and Komodo are going to be on a plane and we're going someplace. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it or not. I'm going to see once I get there how I go about this. Might vlog it, might not. It really depends on the circumstances out there, but it's a very important trip, and if I'm allowed to, I'll talk about it more once I'm back from it, and then hopefully start streaming again a little bit. I just did the thing, dude. How much time a day do you spend recording videos for YouTube? That really just depends. Mondays and Tuesdays, those are my big days. That's where I kind of wake up pretty early, I get on my computer, and I'll just record and edit whatever I can for about 10, 12 hours straight. Tuesday, I do the same thing. I record and edit for like 10 to 12 hours straight. And then Wednesday comes along. Right now, I'm recording this on a Wednesday. But yeah, this is probably the only video I'm going to record today. Right now, I have been recording for an hour and 10 minutes. I know the video is probably only like 15 to 20 minutes long, though. I'm spending a lot of time scrolling through my comment section trying to find these comments, dude, okay? There's also been a lot that I've chopped out of the video where I'm yapping for like way too long about absolutely nothing that you'll never have to see, thankfully. But yeah, Monday and Tuesday, I go pretty hard on YouTube. Wednesday, I start slowing down. Thursday, I'm basically wrapping up. And then hopefully, if everything went according to plan, I can completely separate myself from YouTube Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's really important. I know a lot of people think I sit here and record every single day and edit every single day, but most gaming YouTubers, I think every gaming YouTuber usually batch records so they can have time off of YouTube. Do you actually enjoy the games that you're playing on your channel? Oh, that's a good question. It's a tricky question, actually. Yes and no. I have a lot of fun playing the Garry's Mod Hide and Seeks, the water park simulators, the house flippers. I have a lot of fun during the collabs. Are they games that I would play off of camera in my alone time? No, I don't think I would. I don't wake up craving Brick Rigs or Garry's Mods or things like that. I like different games. I like, Factorio. I like Valheim right now. A little while ago, I was really big into Marvel Rivals. I like games like that. But I do have fun playing the games that are on my channel. There are games, though, where I start recording, I'm having a blast, and then like an hour and a half into recording it, I'm like, I hate this, I want it to end. There was a game I released, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Silly Suspects. I loved the idea of that game, and I went in there and I was hyped to be playing this. And then I learned it was buggy, broken, unfinished, it desperately needed some updates because you can't beat the game as it currently is. So by the end of that, I hated it. How come Komodo releases videos that you're in, but you haven't released them yet? Yeah, so a lot of those videos that he's releasing that I'm in, that was back when I recorded 84 videos in that month. I have the files. I just haven't been able to edit them. I took on way too much and I just couldn't keep up. I couldn't get the video done in time. So I told him to just ship it, dude. Just send it, bro. It's okay. Yeah, I still have like 20 videos from that month that I have yet to release. I've kind of been trickling them in when I feel like I need an extra video or something, but I'm just kind of holding on to a big old folder of videos. All right, I think I've answered enough questions for today, but if you guys can come up with some really good, juicy questions, let me know down in the comments and we could do this type of video again in the future. Remember to check out the link down in the description for the Tucson Comic-Con. I hope to see you there. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.